So today, or actually yesterday, was the last episode of Futsal Boys, and it was just like how I said from the previous review, episode 11, that Kyoyo's team was going to win by the end. They were going to win by the end, and Sakaki finally passed to Haru. Actually, it was the second time he made a pass that it connected with Haru. And one thing I particularly liked about it was the first time he passed, Haru was ecstatic. But the funny thing was, Haru ran past the ball and the ball went out of bounds. And then you have where Haru, since the first episode, just laid out his frustrations on Sakaki. Is just like, the only reason you don't pass to me is because you don't trust me. You not only don't trust me, you look down on me. And we have where like Sakaki again has that internal struggle because of, what happened with his past teammate and everything, and how his past teammate just left him, and now he has to fend for himself. But I find it very, at the end of the day, so ironic because for his old teammate to affect him so much, but then when he comes to his new team, Kyo's team, and yet still able to pass to everyone. And I can see that Haru and his old teammate Nagato were similar in the sense of possibly personalities, but outside of that, there's nothing else that really connects them because unlike Nagato, Haru continuously pushes himself. Like the Haru we see now in terms as a player compared to the first two episodes is completely different. And I don't know if Sakaki, or not even I don't know, Sakaki saw that, but somewhere in his mind, he was just still looking down. He thought he was still better than Haru, and at the same time, he never put faith in him. He put faith in everybody else, but he never had that same type of energy for Haru. Now the game between them and Albert was literally close, and that always happens in sports anime where it comes down to the last match or the current match, and the last few minutes of the match they're going neck and neck with each other. Everybody is like either they're getting tied or one team is one upping the other. The difference between Kyo's team and Albert, while they are together as a team, they believe in individual strength. So by individual styles and coming together as a team, they are strong. And that is true because they were the first team to beat Kyo, the first official team to beat Kyo in their first official match, the first time they faced each other. But now with the Summer Cup and everything, the Summer Sky Cup, it's different because the Kyo that they were facing the first time round is completely different to the current Kyo's team, because during the first time they faced them, one, they had new teammates on the team. They weren't working together collectively as a group. Everybody was more so individual, which did not work with their team dynamics at all, especially with the vision that Tsukioka had for the entirety of the team. And as he was telling to Lewis, saying that while your vision is my dream, the dream for Kyo is not I or me, it's we. So that was the whole point of Kyo, seeing that everybody, no matter how different you are as an individual, everyone has to come together and work together to put aside their differences and to have the same mind, same emotions going into every single game, giving it their 110%, if you call it. So by the end of the episode, of course, Albert lost, because that same mentality that they always had since the first time they've been introduced was actually their downfall for not only this match, but I assume it was also their downfall towards Okazan, because Okazan at the end of the day is the reigning emperors. They're the ones who is the top of all the other schools, and they're going to be the hardest school to face against. And like I predicted like Kyo won. They won the Summer Cup, the Summer Sky Cup Inter High. They beat Aldebert, and then the episode ended off with potentially them about to go face Okazan, because now Okazan has no choice but to consider them like, you know, potential rivals. But at the same time, given the fact of their status, they're like, yeah, you guys aren't on our level yet. So I'm going to guess to see more of the story, we're gonna have to wait for the mobile game if it did come out. If it didn't come out, then that's where the story continues on. I mean, I enjoyed this series. Probably not a lot of people because of animation or something, but I did enjoy this series. Sakaki was the most frustrating, but I'm glad by the last episode he did finally come around and actually saw Haru as his teammate and as his rival, because at the end of the day, Haru wants to surpass Sakaki, and as well he wants to surpass Tenergy. And then, you know, the thing that got me probably the most irritated about this episode is that Haru's dad showed up finally, right? We heard his voice and everything, and he's like, oh, he got stronger. And I'm like, no thanks to you. No thanks to you, Pops, because you don't even call your family. You basically abandoning your kid. You don't even know what your kid is doing. And you're saying, yeah, he finally got stronger. You couldn't even call your kid to congratulate him since he won. That got me really upset, because I'm like, you're just a deadbeat, Pops. But other than that, Kyo won, and we just have to see how possibly the mobile game goes, if it's going to be like something similar to Twisted Disney Wonderland. I don't know, but other than that, I enjoyed this series from beginning to end. I like seeing the characters grow. Yes, Sakaki's was back and forth, but I'm glad now he's finally putting his trust in, particularly in Haru, and now the team can grow stronger from here. So guys, do tell me in the comments below on how you felt about the final episode of Futsal Boys, episode 12. What were some things that you already predicted from previous episodes of how this would go? What were some things that you liked, some things that could have done better for the entirety of the season? If you are planning to play the mobile game, do tell me. If the game came out, please do tell me, because I did not look up to see if the game came out as of yet. And the links are in the description box, so you guys can go always check that out. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends, and I will see you guys later in that spring season new shows. I am excited. I am truly excited. So until then, later. With